Rob.
Tony. And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Hello gamers and welcome back to and I'm Rob, and today we're going to be attempting, and by today I mean the same day as the past 3 episodes. They all should be released in the same day. It's going to be one crazy day, guys. It's going to be a lot of content to push out. Anyway, we need 2 games to hit to rank 2, and then oh god, this is so loud. We're going to turn that down real quick. There we go. Thanks, Rob, for turning that down. So we need 2 games, rank 2, and then I've got literally less than a day to hit rank 1 and then Legend, because your boy waits to the last minute every season to hit Legend because of deck guides. I'd have to play. It's free to play in deck guides. Those things take a ton of time, and then by the time I realize it's like the last day of the month, it's like, oh well, shucks, we've been swindled. But you just gotta look at the rainbow right here. It's a good rainbow. The waterfall, got some plants. Got a fire camp over here. By fire camp, I just mean an actual just campsite. The fuck's a fire camp? I have no idea. We're accompanied by the blue ball. No Tony. Tony's left us. He's at what some call school. Just kidding. He's at some dentist appointment that randomly spurred up. Dentist. Do you believe it, Jeff? Dentist? No response. Jeff has no idea I was talking to him. That's why I have this ball. Because no one else talks to me besides Tony. Anyway. Cycling for 1. His hand must be pretty poor for him to do some of that. Alright, do we just live in Groots? Or do we passive? Alright, so. What would be his turn 2 play? You know what? We'll make it pretty annoying for him. Let's summon 1 more saplings. Let's just start pumping in a little damage. It's a little damage that counts into the big damage, folks. It's not always the big damage. You gotta respect the little guys. The only problem with playing the Groots that turn is, there's no problem. If we draw Shade, that's fine. He's going to start picking off these Groots. Rip little Grootlings. His hand must be pretty late game. But it forces him to have to passive most of the time, which is good. Innervate. Yes. This is exactly what we needed. And now we have return 4 play. And we have another turn 5 play. So the only thing that would make this better right now is if he reveals that he's playing like aggro druid and plays like a knife juggler. So Innervate, I'm expecting him to play a claw as well, maybe a Belcher. Okay, so the Belcher's fine. So we can actually just go ahead and silence this bad boy and keep going to Pound Town. And Pound Town we continue. If he actually didn't play anything there, if he would have played like a claw, my keeper would have been pretty, we could have done 2 damage and then swung in with our 4/6. He plays the Ass Pirate for 2 damage, probably a Wrath? Yeah, so he's gonna Wrath for 3, kill it off with the Belchers. Belcher has 1, and his Ass Pirate, you know, it's the 2/3, it's pretty stable. So it looks like claw unless we draw a keeper. Keeper the lore, absolutely disgusting here. Swipe. Not too shabby either, because we can actually swipe this, kill both of these, swing face for 4. But if we play this, this dies, this dies. I think this is a little bit better just for now. So we're gonna make this trade here, and we're gonna make this trade here, and it buys him a little time, but we actually have a much. Yeah, field is fine. I'd rather have a 4/6 and a 2/2 than 2/4 and 2/1/1s that can just get swiped by him the following turn, and then we have nothing, and then we develop our 4/6, and then he just. We need field control. We based off our 2 living roots off the start to have field control the entire time. So here's his lore come out, or Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom is bad. Here's his lore, okay. So we actually can just swipe that passive. So we actually need to draw our lore, not this turn, but at least by next turn. Wrath doesn't really change anything. Swipe Wrath actually makes sense, but I don't really want to innervate. There's no point to. Yeah, we're just gonna swipe this, passive, hit it, and then just keep going ham. We need to save Innervate for if we draw like Force of Nature, Savage Roar on turn 7, even though that's impossible now. Okay, so he's in the combo range, but we have no card draw because we didn't draw a lore. We could draw into Boom next turn, that'd be good, but then he'd just BGH it down, and then he'd have what, 4 mana left over? It all depends here. Did he innervate that out? How did he get the keeper out? Oh, he innervated it out. Okay. Claw in defensive position, number 1. Shade. So dealing 3 doesn't do anything. Dealing 1 is fine, because then we swing and we passive into it. See what we can draw into. That's pretty good. All right. Keep with the game plan. Keep with the game plan. Still pretty prone to a swipe, so that's why I was thinking about just killing off the 2/2 and then playing Lothab there, but then that's still not lethal the following turn. But if he swipes, he doesn't develop board, and he's only going to kill. He's going to have to take 2 more face, putting him at 11, and then if I have Force of Nature, I'd just win. Oh, no, that's 8, 9. Yeah. He'd be at 2. There's Keeper for 2. Okay, not the best Keeper, but it's decent. Savage Roar to kill off this Keeper. Wow, he's really desperate here, guys. He's really pushing it to the limit. All right, Force of Nature.
Well played.
Whoo! Whoopee! That's how you say a GG. And we also had the option there to play Lothab. That's just bad. Don't tell me in that situation anybody would have played Lothab. Unless you were scared of him using combo. Then you can play Lothab. But we weren't scared. We're at 23 health. What is he going to do? He can innervate. No, Force of Nature, innervate, Savage Roar, win the game. Actually, we just take 1. No, we take 2 innervates. Yeah, I think we win. Oh, wow. This guy's going in. Well, shucks, look at you. That's not enough. This guy, he knows what he wants. Shit, son. That was double top deck, though. I mean, boom into swipe. That's... I mean, a claw would have done the same thing. Force of Nature would have done the same thing. There's a lot of cards we could have drawn there. All right, 1 game, rank 2. Not losing this. Hats on, party up. Put the gang pin near the salsa side, and we're good to go. Surprised Jeff didn't make a comment on that one. The gang pin near the salsa side. And I see, oh boy, 3,000 legend player. Get these. And he paid $10 for this skin. Well, it's been nice knowing you folks. I'm gonna make the assumption he's playing control. He's looking, ooh, that hand though, that 1, 2, 3 curvaroonies. Full ass modern. Man, I want that skin, but I ain't paying $10 for it. They would have made that shit for like gold or dust, or you turn in 3 legendaries, or you sell like your shoestrings or some shit. But man, $10. You don't even make me do better? I don't know about all that. I don't know about that. So we play Ass Pirate, it just dies. Coining into Shade doesn't feel that bad. But then we can't, nah. Yeah. When's a better time to play it, right? Turn 4 is a decent time to play it. I'm going to make the assumption here that he's going to use his weapon to kill our 1/1, and then we'll play the Ass Pirate. I just don't want to play it and keep the 1/1 alive. It's just like literally sending it off to his death, and that's just rude. I mean, look at this thing. This thing, it's survived a long time. Panthers don't get that big if they're not survivalists. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. All right. Shade it is. Deathlord is not that, it's not that bad against a Druid. We have no way to really get rid of it. There's no Fireball. We don't have a BGH. That doesn't kill it. We don't get the Execute for 1 mana to destroy anything we fucking want. So we actually have to do it the old-fashioned way of actually going about killing it in some, normal fashion. So I think next turn is going to be Coin Lothab, and then following turn swing. We have 3 creatures on field, and then it's his turn 6, and then he's just going to brawl. And we all know what happens when he brawls. We lose. Shield block. 5 cards in hand. That coin into the lore seems so much more powerful, but we don't have that option here. These options just, oh, that silence though. I almost would rather silence it. Then we just don't even have to worry about it. Or we play the Ass Pirate and wrap it, but that doesn't feel good. What about coining into a Drake? and then we Wrath it. Let's see how that turns out. The reason I coined into the Drake and not the Ancient of Lore is because we have a ton of cards we can play. We have Loatheb, we've got Keeper, we've got Shredder, we've got spells. So playing the Lore, you know, one turn quicker really doesn't bother me too much. The problem with playing the Azure Drake here is Deathbite. Should have thought about that. All right, so Slam into attack with the, okay, Slam Bash. Loatheb would have stopped such a thing. Loatheb would have said nish nish. All right. Okay, what are you going to do about that Loatheb? Because now we can actually be able to get rid of, how you say, that Death Lord. We have 6 mana too. That's pretty solid. Problem is we're going to have 4 creatures on our field if we do it this way. Because we swing, Keeper, Wrath, this. And if he has Brawl, we are so fucked. If we just silence this and then swing this into there, that makes sense too. But I mean, you know what? Fuck it. We go in deep, right? This is Go Team Alpha Squad number 1. You go big or you go home, folks. This is how we do it here in the hood. And when I hood, I mean downtown Orlando, which is in Florida, which is not hoodish at all. No Brawl. Whoo! Hear the cries of our ancestors. Well, shit. That Sylvanas is a card. Well, yeah. All right. What do we do about this? Do we draw 2? Do we play another Shredder? Do we Azure Drake? The world may never know. Could be baiting us out. Let's just play as many creatures as we can. You go face. Knock down some of that armor. He's proven he doesn't have Brawl. He would have definitely used it. So Sylvanas into Loatheb. Take my ass pirate. Into Shredder. Into Brawl. Please don't tell me you're that skilled. Please don't tell me you set that up. You're not that good, kiddies. Oh, Revenge. That's a card too. Into Shield Block. Please don't tell me you played Shield Block before you're going to play the Brawl. What the fuck? This guy is just giving me more and more opportunities to silence that Sylvanas. There's the Revenge. Okay, there we go. Take the 1/1. Takes the Loatheb. I can deal with this. Shield Slam the Drake. You're running out of cards, sir. You, my friend, are running out of cards. And I, on the other hand, have plenty of cards, including Dr. Boom. So we have Savage Roar in our hand, which is a lot of damage if we draw Force of Nature next turn. Will we beat this 3,200 Legend player named Kitties? I don't know. I just don't know. But do we stand a chance? I think we do. Very powerful plays. There must be not a lot of people on ladder right now for us to be rank 3 and him to be a Legend player. Oh, BGH, how are you doing? Honestly, better than us because we just died to you. Another Death Lord. This guy's, he's quite skillful. How do we want to go about getting past this wall of bullshit? Well, my first instinct is to Savage Roar it. My second is to Ancient of Lore to draw 2 cards. Alright. Killed off that guy because if he swung his 4/2 into our Keeper and then swung his, like any other thing into it, like a Revenge, it would actually kill our entire field. So that's why we killed that BGH. So he couldn't put 4 damage on our 5/5. Next turn, it looks like it is a Emperor of the New Groove kind of turn. And then we have 7 damage on board, plus our passive is enough to kill the Death Lord. So playing too much. Again, he hasn't played Brawl yet. And he only has 14 cards left. There's the Gore Howl, killing off our 5/5. It doesn't feel good, man. We have 12 cards to his 14. I kind of want to Emperor Shredder but it doesn't really do me much right now. We're gonna wild growth first. We have time. Let's see what we get. True to the claw. No, what are you doing? We're gonna Emperor next turn. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and next turn we're gonna Emperor, silence the Death Lord, go face, and then we're gonna win with the Innervate, Force of Nature. Hopefully we can draw the second Savage Roar. We'll burst him down for like 25. Gotta put on my serious face because Gore Howl is a serious card. It allows him to get back in the game, basically. True Heart, also really bad if he draws. Really bad. Okay. Living Roots. Force of Nature's Savage Roar is not going to be enough.
Where shall I strike?
All right, big plays, boys. Don't draw Brawl. Gotta set it up, man. Set up the Force of Nature's Savage Roar, a wombo combo of a lifetime. Bash is pretty good. Makes him able to trade there. Execute, is that his last card? Okay, that makes sense. Now he's going to be able to kill these little Grootlings. He probably swings his Gore Howl into the Shredder. That makes sense. Okay. Still able to do quite a bit here, guys. Not... Slime's a 3-2. I can accept a 3-2. Alright, let's see where this bomb lands. Not face. Good. How much attack does this have? 4? I like it. Let's cycle this and see what we draw. We have 6 cards left. I think we're in the okay position here. Do we just want to claw? Do we even attack this? I don't see why we wouldn't. Okay. We should be able to win, not this turn, but the next turn. Not this upcoming turn, but the next turn. Okay, so there's the Gore Howl. He's going to take 4 more, putting him at 18. Passive brings him to 20. Revenge kills both these cards, but brings out a creature on our end. And then the Force of Nature. Wow, we have no more creatures in our deck? That's insane. Oh, wow. This only has 3, so we just charge this out. There's no reason not to. We set up lethal for next turn. Unless he draws Hellscream. And then we just BGH it and win the following turn again. Actually, Force of Nature, Savage Roar, and then the Keeper of the Grove is game. So we don't even need to really BGH his Hellscream when it comes out. So, Kittens, you legend player, you, I believe you've lost to us. You've lost. Even with your Gore Howl, which you got 4 charges out of. I almost said 8 charges. The weapon only has 7 to begin with, but he got 8. So his last card is he's just going to rope this out because he's a sad little warrior that paid $10 for his skin, made it to legend, and then loses to a mid-range druid. True Heart. Card he was looking for a while now. 21. 21? It's not going to be enough, though. So there's the... Can we actually Force of Nature? Force of Nature? Well, no, that's just rude. That's just rude. We won't do that to him. And swing. Swing. Swing.
I must safeguard the
2 damage. Innervate. Passive. Swing. And swing. Not that we needed to do that, but I felt like it. Alrighty, so rank 2, guys. Only 2 more ranks away from Legend. We have to hit there in a day, but I think we can do it. We've been doing all right so far, even though we've gotten some bad RNG lately. I think for the most part, we're doing okay. It's about roughly 2.5 hours, 3 hours per rank, which is normally only how many games you have to win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. So you have to go above like if you have like a 55% win rate, it takes quite a while, but we're at like 60 or 70 right now, which is fair. Anyway, guys, always glad to always glad to have you here at the inn. I'm Warshack, of course. Happy whatever the hell day it is.